Microphone. Oh, are we working? It is good? Oh, yes. G'day, Stu from UAVFutures. Welcome to Happy Flying. This is our weekly FPV live stream where we get together, we talk all things FPV, drone related. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but I am sitting here waiting to go. And then I realized, oh, my microphone, which is on this sort of like, I don't know what you call these boom arm things right here. It was just sitting up there staring at me, and I was like, I need that in about 5 seconds time. So I've frantically been trying to plug this in. Let me know, is this all working? Because normally I have this taken care of. However, we are here. We're going to be talking all things FPV. Working, we can hear you. Thank you very much, Chris Croft. We've got Sprudy in the chat as well. Johnny DRC. I saw Kiz in here earlier. If you are new to the stream, we're going to be having an awesome time. We've got a little bit to go through. Let me tell you what is coming up on the show. And this is also the best part of my working week. I am stoked to be here. So I want to say right now, thanks to each and every single one of you who's clicked on, watching this video, and just being part of this amazing FPV community. I absolutely love this. Like, it is so much fun to start my Mondays like this before we go off and doing some other videos and those sorts of things. But let's do it. Let's tell you what is coming up in today's show. I'm just making sure all my tabs are in order and everything like that. So obviously, if you're new here too, a big focus. This is called Happy Flying. It is all about mental health and like just positive mental health and mental well-being. We're going to be talking about that. But that's just like an overarching theme that we touch on every single stream, because you are important, you are cared about, you are valued, and I'm very grateful that you are here. So I just want to make that clear. We're going to be talking about that. We've got some news on DJI in the USA. You can just put that in the comments now. It seems to be being a little bit of doom and gloom for the just USA specific crowd when it's relating to DJI. So we're going to be talking about some of their options, some little court rulings and things like that, and what that means for DJI in the future, and especially if you're a DJI pilot in the States. So, and a couple of global implications as well. It's not good news, unfortunately, which is, never a good thing. It's not a positive thing for DJI right now, or really there's a lot of negativity in FPV. So we're also going to focus on some positive things. We're going to be talking about AI and drones, and I keep seeing these posts. It's like AI is really, ChatGPT is terrible at solving problems when it comes to drones and those sorts of things. Like, it's a very niche area. Do not trust ChatGPT. I want to talk about, maybe you can see this in the background over which side are we on. That's the Mojito, but next to that, this is good. We have right here under my hand, that is the Bamboo A1 Mini. So I finally bought a 3D printer. We're going to be talking about that as well. FlySky could be back, a potential pretty awesome looking radio. So we have heard nothing but Radio Master, a couple little jumpers here and there, but a new radio might be coming sooner than you think. We're going to have to read between the lines a little bit. I'm just going to be talking about what's publicly available. A couple of Moonlight questions when it comes to Caddx and Avatar, that sort of stuff. Some drone bans that happened in Denmark, I believe. And generally just answering your questions, having a good time, and talking all things FPV, and just hanging out. Like I said, the best part of my working week. I am so grateful that you are here. Just let me know what you're up to. Are you at work? Are you at home? Are you Googling things in the background, trying to look at some new FPV products? Or are you just tuning in as one of the weekly members that we've got here that's part of the UAVFutures family? And if that's you, I want to say thank you very much. And if you would like to become a member, like Spruny, Handy Racer, Johnny DRC, I'm sure that they'll be able to post some little awesome emojis as well as some other little bonuses and bonus videos you get as well. So they're those awesome green names you see right there. We're going to be talking about that Spruny in just a little bit, talking about those drone laws over in Denmark. Okay, the first part, and always the most important part of any Happy Flying stream, is you guys. And a big thing that I push every single time, it is mental health. And just, I know what it's like. And if you've been here before in the stream, you will know that I have struggled with depression in the past. And I am in such a better place now. Like, I have no feelings of depression whatsoever. But I do remember, and I have not forgotten what it is like, and I still want to bring awareness to it, because even though it's fixed for me, it doesn't mean that it's fixed for other people. And I remember what those people are going through. I don't want them to feel alone. I don't want them to have to suffer in silence. I want them to let them know that they are valued, they are cared about, they are special, they are unique. And FPV is an amazing life-changing tool. And I have a bit of a positive story here, and there's something that I want to also include about that, because one of my favorite FPV content creators, this guy right here, so let me get this on the screen. Where is this? We're going to jump over to screen share. This, please don't break my computer, which is, here we go. So FPV University. So his last video was 7 months ago, and I was like, oh, like, I think we can listen to it. I'm sure I'm not going to get a copyright strike here, but let me know if that volume is actually coming through. I might have muted YouTube. But he speaks about his struggles, and you can never really prepare for depression. It can just come like a thief in the night, and people often think, like, if you've got a great house and a great family and a really rewarding job, you can still be affected by depression. And it's like, it's really hard to explain. And, you know, FPV University goes on and talks about how everything was great except for his mental health, and that took a bit of a decline, and he started talking about that. And this was a video he made about don't giving up, getting some help. And I looked at this a few days ago, and I was like, look, here's my comment. 3 days ago, I was feeling like this was the last video, 7 months, and I was feeling a little bit worried, and I just thought, oh, I'm just going to put this little comment here that just says, writing to let you know that we see you and you're loved and cared about and valued and not alone. And I wanted to reach out and do like maybe a collaborative video, or just doing something fun together. If sometimes you need that little push when you are stuck in depression, it can be really, really tough to want to do anything. And a good example, it's like going to the gym. If you go there, it's never fun. But you never regret it afterwards. Usually like, okay, I'm glad I went. Like if someone said, would you take that back? You'd be like, no, I've done it, and I'm glad that I've done that. It is the same thing if you are struggling, feeling isolated, alone, and you can't reach out to do and meet people, and you know you should, that it's a lot of work. But when you do it, I feel it is always worth it, and you're always like, yeah, okay, that was a good thing. So I just wrote this little comment here, and check this out. 2 days ago, and look, this could just be the stars aligning because this video has obviously taken some work, but 2 days ago we have a video. So we've had a 7-month gap, and then yeah, we've got a little video here. So it is great to see, what's his name? Is it Powell? I'm always forget, but just to see him back making content and just still here with us. And if he ever sees this, I'd like to let him know that I love your videos. Thank you for everything that you do for FPV, and I understand on probably if you had a Venn diagram of everybody, like a YouTube content creator about drones that has struggled and seen the dark side of mental health issues, like I understand. So if you ever want to reach out and talk, and just to let you know that you are not alone, I'm glad that you are still here. And then I thought maybe we need to do this to everybody. So here is my possibly crazy idea, and I have limited resources to do this in terms of like hours of the day. I really like doing collabs. I really think that they are fun. So sometimes people need a little bit of a push, or like if you're working on a team project, often if it's just yourself, especially when you're having those mental health issues, you neglect a lot of things about yourself. But if you you let yourself down quite a lot, you never back yourself, but you always tend to do a little bit more for other people. And because you're like, oh, I'm not into feeling it for myself, but I can feel it for other people. I don't want to let these other people down as well. So you will often like just work that little bit harder to like show up for some other people or do things for other people, even if you're really not into it. And here's my recommendation that could come back to bite me, but to the best of my ability, I'm just putting this out there. If somebody is struggling, to send me an email and we can work on something fun. If you've got a video idea and you're like, hey Stu, can you see if you can film this for me, or can you be part of my video, or can you just do a little recording, and we could have some ideas. And for their channel or their videos. If they need me to do some part that's like some sort of chart, whatever it is, I don't know what their idea might be. But if you are sitting watching this and you're like, I would like to make some content, I need a little bit of a push, and Stu, if you're willing to like help me out here or record something for me, can you do that? Yeah, I will do that for you. So if that is you, if you just are looking for an FPV project and you would like to collaboratively work together on something fun, and just shoot me an email over on DIY FPV, like a little message, log into DIY FPV. It was great to see some messages there this morning. I'm going to the best of my ability, work to, I still have to take care of YouTube. I still have to be developing UAVFutures, but to the best of my ability, when I get time, I'm going to reach out to those people or respond to those people, and we can work on some things together. If you would like, I'm just opening that there to say that, hey, it doesn't matter where you are, what you believe in, age, anything like that. If you are somebody that would like to work together, shoot me a message. And when I say work, I mean like just make some cool content, make some cool stuff. Like just let me know, hit me up. I would love to help, because FPV, it's all about helping people, changing people's lives, and it's the number one hobby in the best way that I know that can happen. I've just got a super chat. I'm going to read this out. This is from Shoot FPV. He says, "Thanks, Stu, for everything you do. You are the best, my dude. It is my pleasure. I feel absolutely blessed to be here to help just change people's lives." That's what I loved when I was a school teacher, and I promise we're going to talk about drones. Like, we are talking about drones. We're going to be talking about DJI right after this segment, but this is always so important, which is why we talk about it first. But it's why I became a school teacher, to help people, and then that's why I make this content, because I was helping people learning, and I've realized what I really love is just people's life being better. Like, and FPV is the tool that I use to do that. So thank you very much for that super chat there, Shoot. I appreciate that as well, because I couldn't do this without this amazing community. I couldn't do that without the members who are here watching this. I couldn't do that without my patrons, the people who send through these super chats. So this is my full-time job. This is what I gave up teaching to do, and I'm very grateful for your support. It's why we can do this. So thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about DJI, and I'm just going to catch up on the chat. So I can see Fitz is saying, "Stu, absolutely congrats for pulling through on the floods a couple of years ago. Your house is looking superb, and you should be so proud." Thank you. I just mowed the lawn like a couple of days ago, and it was a bit of a nightmare with the insurance, but thank you. And DJI, oh, we've got an e-bike. That's from Mr. Henry. And Happy Flyer RC saying, "There's no need that anyone to feel alone. You are not alone, and we can fight this together. And even if you don't want to fight, if you just want to hang out, we're here too." Like, the amazing community that we have in FPV is the exception to the rule that the internet's full of negativity. The FPV is so positive. If you're coming to the hobby and looking online, you're going to find so much joy and fun in this community. Now, also, I should say, like, check this out. This is my website here, DIY FPV. If you want to find a local pilot in your area and be part of a community, go and send them a message. So this is, you can do that here on DIY FPV. So these are all pilots. You can go and find some of those and send a message, find a fellow pilot to fly with. So that is there as well, DIY FPV, as well as catalogs and marketplaces and your discussions and all this sorts of stuff, a little bit of a giveaway. Okay, let's talk about the DJI ban. So recently there was a ruling over in the States regarding DJI, and DJI has been in a really bad spot, especially for us FPV consumers over there, like trying to get a DJI 04 Air. You know, people are saying it's going to get better. We've been saying that for months, or others have been saying that for months. And I have been thinking, this feels bad, and I feel bad for those people who have gone out and bought DJI products, especially with like the 04. The amount of videos and content that was released at the start of that before DJI was in trouble, so many people would have saved up their money to get it. And the worst part is it's the most expensive system, give or take, once you look at the Air unit and the best top of the line goggles. I know HDzero is very expensive as well, but it's a little bit cheaper on the VTX side of things. But if you got DJI in the States, we were all hoping that the stock would come back. And you know, first it was like just a couple of weeks, and then it's been a couple of months, and now it's like, is there going to be DJI stock at all for the rest of the year? And we just got this ruling over here, and I'm heading over to Drone DJ right here. So DJI just lost its biggest US court battle, and here's why it matters for drone pilots. Essentially, it has been linked to, like, they tried to say first that you can't have DJI here because of slave labor and a whole bunch of reasons, or it was a military company and involvements, and it's come down to it's state sponsored, so it's got a grant. Basically, if you took some money from the government to help you do whatever you are doing, as far as America is concerned, they don't like that. So they're like, no, you can't use your drones here. We're not going to let them, not so much a ban, but in the future, any new products that are coming through, they're not going to be allowed. And it's really bad news. So, you know, anything, you can still get the current stuff. Well, it's still legal to buy the current things in the USA at the moment. But where is those stock levels? Like, they don't exist. There is no DJI O4s. There is no goggles. If you want an O4 product, you are looking at, like, I'm keeping an eye on Fly High FPV, where I believe they might be heading over to China itself, to the factory, to buy some, put in their bag, and then fly all the way back home. Like, that's how difficult it is to actually get DJI products into the States. And as of next year, 2026, it's not good. So if you're a DJI product in the States, you have my sympathies. It's like, I mean, there's a lot worse things going on over there than just people being able to fly their drones, but drones are why we're all here, and that's the part that we're going to be talking about today. And I'm not going to be getting political or anything like that. That's that country's decision and their citizens to decide what they want to do. But yeah, if you're in the States and you're flying DJI, it probably is, if this was me in my circumstance, I would be shifting systems. And that's what you need to think about. So, and somebody might say, oh, well, this other company, what happens if the next company closes and those sorts of things? I'm just talking in my circumstance. With everything that I have seen, if I was a pilot in the States with DJI gear, I would take stock of how many air units do I have, and I would fly them. I would still want to enjoy them. There is no point having some nice gear and not using it because you're worried to break it. Like, getting over that gear fear, I would probably be less risky. But I would still go and fly and do a lot of normal flying sessions and freestyles and cruising through the parks and having an amazing time. But once I lost my air units, I would probably sell my Goggles 3 and I would pick up a different system. Now, if I was into racing and whoops, I would go HDzero. And if I was into, like, more freestyle-y, like better visuals, I would be moving over to Caddx and with their Walksnail avatar system. And that's what I would get. Like, it's a very, very uncertain time for US drone pilots. The rest of the world, look, I don't think the stock levels are going to be the same. DJI is probably going to be have to change a few things around. I believe that you're still going to have access to the latest DJI products. You're still going to be able to buy them. I'm just talking about specifically within the US. So if you're in Canada or anywhere else, don't take this advice. But if you are in America, let me know what you would do. I would probably be flying until my gear was broken. I would not be holding out for any more gear. I love FPV, which is why I would be willing to invest and spend more to get a new system. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I would do that instead of just throwing in the towel and be like, oh, I don't want to do FPV anymore. I love this hobby. I have never had so much fun and met so many amazing people than like I have with FPV. So for me, I'd be like, oh, look, I understand. I'm basically buying twice. I would go and fly again. So that is my advice when it comes to DJI over in the States. It is not good, but what can you do? I'm just going to read a couple of comments out here and please let me know. Maybe I'm misinformed. Maybe there's something that I don't know. Maybe it is different when you are in the States. Maybe you are getting different information. I don't know. I'm just on the outside looking in through a different lens. I can't tell what it's actually like on the ground there. I don't know what it's like for vendors. I don't know what it's like for you US pilots when you try to buy. I'm purely looking at things like DIY FPV. And I want to find the, I feel like we do this every single week, like a DJI 04. And then let's see. Oh, look, okay, brick racing, and then out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. It is not good news. So we still have one in Europe. It looks like, I'm surprised actually that Phaser doesn't have any. Let's have a look at the, is it the light? Or the goggles 3, there we go. Oh, or the light. Okay, a little bit more. Oh, fly high, in stock. This is wild. Yes, okay, let's see. Or is this a pre-order? Coming soon. You can still add it to cart. I don't know what that means. Okay. Maybe they're on their way back. I don't know. That's the site we were talking about, but yeah. Interesting. I'm not, I don't know what happens if you add that to cart and purchase that. I'm not saying yes or no or anything like that. All I know is that it looks like you can put an order there. And we probably just sent a whole bunch of traffic. People will be desperate to get some air units. Why US and not them is a very good point by DJI. Why us? Why us and not them? I think, I don't know what you mean. Can you please elaborate there, Mr. Al? The CAAC registration process is pretty simple and free. I love my DJI. That's from Happy Flyer RC. They can have my DJI when they pry it from his hands. Well, what about if it's broken? It's not. I don't think they're going to take it. What happens when you need to get some new ones? When will the new Walksnail system come out? That's from Edmund. I don't know. Like, I have the system. I've flown the system. But again, the amount of communication I have had from Caddx, almost zero. I don't know anything about their release plans. Like, I have a kit that turned up that they said, hey, can you now not talk about this because you've been talking about this kit? Here's the kit. Can you actually just now do some testing and just be quiet for a while, Stu, and let us do our thing? I was like, okay. I don't know anything. Like, tell me some plans. At least tell me some release dates or something. So yeah, that Caddx kit is there, and to be honest, I prefer my Moonlight system well over that one that's coming. When the US government requires DJI audited, but then refusing to allow them to be audited, it's insane. This might well force them to scale back all their drone dev work, given how large the US market is for them. Yeah, this is the thing though. Drones are not going away. Whether the market be us consumers that want to fly around and have fun doing FPV, or some other use cases, transmission tech and like long range FPV and latency and all those things, better image quality, there is a huge market for that. If you thought that the the needle has swung to the other side now, where we are the small part of that. Or kind of like Nvidia in gaming, maybe. They used to make graphics card for gamers. Now everything is AI, and the gamers get some benefits from those advancements that come over with the graphics cards. It's still pretty available to pick up air units, just not directly from DJI. Picked up 8 already. Can you please link where you're getting those from, our alcoholic? That would be interesting. Someone's saying, I got some, I had to order them through South Korea. I love in the USA. And they've made a trade deal with the USA. And the DJI ban is way worse for non-FPV drone flying. There are basically no competition in the camera drone market. So if you fly camera drones, you're out of luck. Yeah, that's also something as well. So if you want to do real estate shoots or anything that is not FPV, like we're talking very FPV specific, it's going to be bad news. I don't know. I don't know. And then if this administration continues on those avenues, well, it's not good. Considering the big picture, these chips simply aren't coming in anymore. How do we adapt? Are we Caddx boys now until Walksnail gets slapped down too? This is from Fitz, and Caddx seems to be very, very available. I don't know how they're doing it. I wonder if it's because they're not a complete drone manufacturer. Like they're like, oh, we're just going to sell air units or goggles. So look at this. Like, look at the amount of stock levels here. It's crazy. I would be choosing this today. I would even be like, as soon as my DJI stuff broke, I would be switching systems. And someone's saying, people laugh at me because I still fly analog. At least I'm flying. And then he's got some haha. I don't think anyone laughs at people for flying analog. Our alcoholic is saying eBay mostly from Europe and Canada in regards to, oh, so you're buying air units through eBay. And you look, it says the scalpers come out to make small profit or large in some cases. Yeah, you probably can buy things from a site where somebody has one unit and then they're, scalping it and selling it over to the States. There's definitely a market in doing that. But a lot of the FPV pilots in the States, they don't want to have to do that. They just want to be able to go to their favorite store. Like, can I put an order in? Thank you. So yeah, you probably can get them by going through like third-party websites. It's just a bit dodgy. Nothing wrong with analog, says Johnny DRC. And everyday Bruno saying, yeah, still he's just getting his stuff off eBay. I bet you the price is definitely climbing as well. All right, we're going to move on. The next thing I want to talk about is using things like ChatGPT to solve some of your drone problems. The short answer of it is do not do it. I've seen so many posts online where people have said, this is what I'm going to get. This is what ChatGPT told me. And I don't know if I'm in the wrong or if I don't know if I'm an old man having a bit of a rant here. Do not trust AI to do all your thinking for you. It has no idea what it's talking about specifically. It is specifically bad in its current general state at trying to solve FPV questions. It will go out and when it does its searches, it is like a 50-50 that is going to give you some accurate information. There are so many little things that you have to understand with like motor sizes, TXs and RXs and brand compatibilities and versions and manufacturers. And like there is so much information that is quite difficult to understand. And that is exactly why I have a job, because I try to break this down in an easy to understand way for people like, oh, like I was a teacher for 10 years. I'm going to take this complex problem and try to make some easy to digest content to teach some people that hopefully even like a 5-year-old kid should be able to understand, at least in some capacity. Do not use AI to solve any of your drone questions. Like go and post it on DIY FPV. You will get a much better response from an actual human that probably knows what they're talking about, rather than this just like messed up AI overview that has no idea. Or it's dangerous as well. You're probably going to fry your electronics. So that is my warning. I'm not saying in the future it's not going to be better. There might be some models that can actually solve things, but in its current state, stop asking ChatGPT how to build a drone. Stop asking ChatGPT how does this video system work. It's terrible, right? I've been doing some testing just to find out how incorrect it can get some things, and it will read anything and feel like it takes it as gospel. So if someone has put some incorrect information somewhere and that's like become popular or it's outdated or it doesn't work that way anymore, it will still take that, run it through its brain and then be like, yeah, here's how you do that. So that's just a little bit of a bit of advice there. If you are a newcomer, head over to DIY FPV, ask some real questions. So here it is right here. Just put something in here and you can, like, when you make a post, you can put it in beginner questions like this. You will get an answer here. And I'm going to actually answer this one that was by, I don't know how to pronounce that, Jatayu, but, asked 2 days ago about this. And I have this specific answer of what I think is going wrong with this. ChatGPT would have no idea. And the sooner you learn, the more enjoyable FPV will be as well. Yeah, and that's a thing as well. You're going to be learning like some research skills and communication skills. Like don't just rely on this other technology. You're going to lose that ability in your brain to think critically and laterally to solve some of those. Alcoholic is saying, yeah, AI is horribly wrong when it comes to such a chaotic industry like FPV. And will the drone, this is from SPB11, will the DJI drones you can buy now be bad investment now in the USA? I can't talk in terms of investment. If you need it for your business, I would be buying them, especially like camera drones. I'd be like, look, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but if I don't have access to this equipment, I'm not going to be able to do my job. So if I was a real estate photographer, I would be scrambling to get my hands on some actual like filming rigs, because in 2026, any new developments or anything else, like it's already hard enough to get there, but then the new products that get released are not going to be making their way to the States as it currently stands. I mean, I saw Mads Tech's talking about this. Maybe maybe the big man will get a gold-plated drone on his desk and tell him that he's great, and he'll say, "Oh, okay, all right, you can do this now." I'm not too sure. You know, it's not great. Okay, something I do want to talk about though, and I should give a shout out to, that is Phaser FPV. I want to move on. Let's talk about something a little bit more amazing, a little bit more positive. If I jump over here to Phaser, check this out. Actually, is this in the DIY FPV website? I've never searched for non-drone related products. Yes, it works. It works. Okay. So the reason I'm going to go to Phaser is because, look, it's the only, I guess, a 3D printing store that is also a drone store. So shout out to Phaser FPV. They are a sponsor of this segment. I've known Reese for a long time. Absolute legend of a guy. I had a friend whose house burnt down, and that was a couple of years ago. And Phaser came through and donated a heap of cash to him. Didn't ask for anything or any recognition or anything. Just likes to help people out. So a huge shout out to Phaser. I've done a lot of videos with him. I've worked with him in the past, and recently he has a sister shop, which is Central Coast Coffee. Go check that out. They send me some coffee every single month. I love it. My wife loves it, and I can't recommend it enough. So if you would like to have some good coffee, go to centralcoastcoffee.com, and they're also related to Phaser FPV. So I sent Phaser a message and was like, hey, talking about 3D printers. He gave me some recommendations. So did Mads Tech. So Ian was like, I love the A1 Mini. I was looking at all these other versions of 3D printers. I finally bought one. So I sent Phaser a message and he said, yeah, we should have these coming in stock. And I checked their website like the next day. It was in stock and I went and got one of these. So the price, we've got it in AUD. Let's go to USD. So like $220. And it is just behind me right here. Let's see. No, let's go this way so you can see it. You can see it right here. It has been incredible. You do not need a big printer. Like I was looking at some ones that are like fully all enclosed and with different, like, I don't know, a whole bunch of different spools you can feed in, and I still don't know all the correct terminology. I'm so happy with my investment. This is amazing. And I've had a 3D printer in the past. It was a JG Aurora, like a big box metal frame thing. I think it was like $1,000. But that was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago. I am blown away at what this can do. And the biggest thing that I have noticed, it is like, imagine 7 years in drone tech, right? The difference between a drone 7 years ago to today and how they fly is like next level. It is the same with 3D printing. Yeah, they're still doing the same thing. That drone is still flying FPV and it's still basically talking to the same radio, and you can still get the same general experience. You can still get the same general prints with my 7-year-old printer that was $1,000. This one, it does everything. And for those of you who have never used a 3D printer, I like press one button. I actually send it something from my phone. It will do all the bed leveling for me. It will do all the cleaning of the filament. It will clean the little hot end and take it to somewhere else and make sure it's there. The bed just I can take it off with a magnet and bend my plate and be like, oh great, I've got my print off there this morning. It is so easy. Whereas my old one, I was there with like an Allen key trying to adjust it, and I'd put a piece of paper under the nozzle to see if it was at the right height. It was a lot of work, kind of like drones used to be a lot of work. So this, like, what did I print this morning? Oh, the kids were like having a look. They've been very excited because you can just like making a whole bunch of little toys. We made a little ghost Halloween cat because we got Halloween coming up in a little bit. So it's amazing. If you are into 3D printing, I can't wait to do a video on this. I spent my own money on this. I'm extremely happy with that purchase. I got it from Phaser. It's great to support a local store here in Australia. And I should say as well, when I ordered it on the Thursday, and I don't know if this happens all the time, but in my specific, I think I ordered it Thursday morning. It was at my house at like Friday lunchtime, which is interstate. I paid for express postage. It was wild. Or it was like next day, whether it be Wednesday and I got it Thursday, or I ordered it Thursday and got it Friday. It was like one day, less than a day after I ordered it. It was great. So if you are into 3D printing and you got $200 to spare, like you want to get started, it's insane value, which is exactly what I love about drones with the price point. If you give me a value option that just is going to give me an awesome experience, and I don't need all that high-end super deluxe fancy gear to have a good time with FPV, I feel like this is exactly the same. So expect a video on this in a little bit. Go check out Phaser FPV as well. So yeah, thank you. Chris Crover saying, I love my A1 Mini. Another person saying, I gifted an A1 Mini to my mum last year. She loves it. Building and tinkering with 3D printers is still an experience like building a quad, and some people hate it. I don't know like what I would want to tinker with it for if it just works. I don't think I could tinker around to do anything better than what this does. Now, if I wanted to do some more advanced thing, like bed leveling, what I'm talking about when it comes to tinkering is like, why do I need to level the bed with an Allen key when this can just do it itself? Why do I need to like clean the nozzle and change all this stuff when this can just do it itself? That's what I love about it. Someone's saying, damn, Stu, you're going to be raking in all the advertisements at this rate. Yeah, I wish that'd be great. If you would like to sponsor the show, please let me know, or if you would like to become a member, please put that, the little join thing is there as well. But I should make it clear, the A1 Mini that I'm talking about, I bought that. Like I paid for that. That's not an FPV product. I was like, hey, and I bought it from Phaser to support an FPV store. I could have bought it from another 3D printing store, I'm sure. But yeah, I wanted to support a local Australian store as well. Fitz Flights is saying, this is fascinating to see the build quality of these printers improve. Mine's 10 years old and it works, but the build designs are beautiful. Look at that thing. It's $200. That's the part that blows my mind. Fitz Flights saying, Bamboo sends me free stuff. Oh, that'd be nice. Stu, check out Design 123D. I'll do that right now because then I want to talk about FlySky. Let's see. Design 123D. Autodesk 123 design discontinued. This is like 8 years ago. So this stuff looks fairly old. And Trey says, I want the printer so bad. I have a couple of Enders, but they pale in comparison. It would be great to print TPU so easily. This is what I didn't understand as well. Like, check this out. Like the build plate, to get your print off the plate, like before I used to have like a little spatula or something. This part's on here from where it like cleans it at the start before it starts printing. Oh, I can just pop this off and give it a little bit of a flex, and it's so much easier to move. I don't know if other printers do that. I feel like I've just discovered a new industry for the second time, like just being able to do that. Awesome. Awesome. So like everything there. Okay, and I don't need anything extra as well to do what I want to do with my beginner stages of printing. I don't know what that little printer, I can't print a huge thing. This is maybe a smaller build plate than most people are used to. If you want to build something massive, you're probably going to have to build it in multiple parts. But yeah, we just got Jeff. He's jumped in as well. He's asking, what did he miss? As a bit of a recap, we spoke about the DJI ban or like the court rulings and DJI's appeal and all that sort of stuff over in the States. It is getting worse, but just for America. And then we spoke about some options that people can do. And my recommendation was fly till it breaks, then move over to Caddx. The rest of the world, I wouldn't stress too much. We talked about AI, and I have just spoken about the A1 mini drone, A1 mini printer. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And happy flight, RCS. There you are, flexing your new printer already. And I have a very good setting for printing TPU on the A1 Mini. I have some TPU. I'm gonna check that out soon as well. All right, thank you very much, Crazy Rooster. I hope you have a great week as well. And I'm gonna answer some of your questions, and then I want to talk about a product where I need you to read between the lines so I don't get in trouble, but I talk about something that's publicly available to be seen. So I'll need your help and maybe some comments here to like confirm or deny these sorts of things. Mark says, I need a lightweight DJI O4 for real estate fly-throughs. What best HD version recording? None DJI. I don't know what that means. I'm struggling. Do you want a drone that is like DJI? Is that what you're asking? It's probably the GoFilm 20. Let's have a look here. Okay. Might be something like this. This is what I'd fly. If you don't want to go DJI, you're probably looking at a little craft like this, which has I believe it's the Moonlight inside. Well, let's go to Pyro Drone. It's a really small little craft. Yeah, I can see the Moonlight just here. So there you go. That's the Walksnail Moonlight that's in there. Cool little drone. If you want to do some fly-throughs, you're going to have the skills to be able to do that. It's not as easy as like a camera drone that you just press a button. You need to practice. You need to know how to fly FPV. If you don't have access to DJI and you're in the States, that would be my recommendation. Someone said they've seen a few reviews of that drone. It looks amazing. Almost convinced me to go to Walksnail. There's nothing wrong with Walksnail as well. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you a little story without dropping some names. Walksnail used to get a lot of hate from a lot of people because they were very tribal about what is the best video system. And that seems to be one of the negatives here. And some groups are more protective than others over like everything else sucks in comparison to this. Now, on the flip side of that, I feel like I am one of the best ambassadors out there when it comes to brand loyalty. I have almost zero because I will fly and use any product that I like the most, purely on a preference of what I want to use. If I look at old school analog goggles, 90% of the community flew Fat Shark. I tried the Omway Commanders. They don't exist anymore. Omway's not around really in our FPV space. I was like, oh, I love these goggles. I used those goggles for years. And people were quite upset and like saying Stuart must be paid by Omway. It was the reason I used those goggles wasn't I never got paid anything. It's that I like flying them. And then you know what came out? Sky Zone. I was like, oh, I'm going to fly Sky Zone. I think these are better than that. You know, Fat Shark still wasn't happy with me. I really wasn't a fan of the Fat Shark goggles, even though a lot of people swore by them. I was like, I'm going to use these Sky Zone goggles now. And the same thing with a radio. I flew the Tyrannus when it was the recommendation when I first got in. Then I jumped in and I flew the Turnigy Evolution, and people lost their minds. How dare could a popular YouTube content creator about FPV drones go from using a $200 radio to a $50 iFlight protocol, which was like IA6S or something, drone remote. It was like the first handheld one. Why did Stuart do that? And the answer is because I liked it. It might not have been those elitists' choice, but there is nothing just because you have a system doesn't mean that those other systems are any better or any worse. And I feel like Caddx really got to bring this full circle. Really got the part where other people who flew some systems, some people would all I've had people really ripping on Walksnail, and then you say, have you flown Walksnail? No, I haven't. Okay. Like that. So yeah. So if you need to ask people, I love Walksnail. I think it's great. I love DJI HDzero for races. I think that's exactly what they need. They're all great systems, but yeah, that's something that I think Walksnail took a lot of the brunt of, and now they're still here, and you're starting to see it. Sometimes you need people to be vocal about it and stand up and say, hey, I really like it. I really like the Walksnail system. And they were my recommendation. I flew them the most in 2024. And then I was flying the O4E units this year, and I'm happy to fly DJI this year. But whatever system you have, they are all good they all have pros and cons about everything. So Caddx, Walksnail, both China, right? Yeah, everything's made in China. Every single FPV product is made in China and shipped out of China to the warehouses. So I wouldn't worry too much about the origins. One brand is they're all coming from the same country. Now, this is where I need you to read between the lines. There is a new radio out there, which I don't know if anybody made noise about, and I'm going to talk about publicly what is available, because maybe there's some reasons that I can't talk about some other parts of it. Now, what would that be? You can read between the lines here. Maybe there could be a video. I don't even know. Like, what are some other reasons? However, let me show you this. This is a picture of a really cool radio, and you can ask some questions, and I'll have some speculations. So jumping over here, this was posted way back in March 27th, May 27th. So we have some radios here, and look at the brand. It is from FlySky, and I have to say, from the pictures only, I'm not talking about personal experience. This radio looks pretty baller. I wish I could say the protocol. It's not Radio Master, it's FlySky. Now, I mean, it would have to use, if you're bringing a radio to the market today, you would have to use Edge TX and ELRS, I imagine. That would probably be good. That's what I would do if I was bringing a radio to the market. Someone's saying, oh man, I kind of like those. I mean, if a great radio comes out, I am not opposed to, I have no allegiance, like I said, to any brand or any manufacturer. I have things that I don't like to support. If somebody's doing something wrong, let me make that clear. If you are ripping off customers or providing bad customer support or lying to people, I don't want to support that brand. But in terms of like, if you are not doing that, I have no loyalty to, I just want to fly what I like. This radio right here looks really good. Now, someone said, any info on this, please follow our following posts. So it says Pro, does it say A01? I can't really tell what it says right there, but someone's saying, I love that style of radio. So do I. I don't know why they've got Halo here or something, but yeah, stay tuned. I would love to review this radio, and if I did, I have to say it looks kind of like exactly what I want in a radio system. Now, we will see. But I just want to put this out there. What do you guys think? What do you think of this radio? I mean, is that LEDs? in there. I don't know. It's clear, it's transparent. Why would you make a radio that was just clear if you weren't going to use some of the internals? Or I guess you could probably make the most of it. You could bling it up. It could look pretty cool. I wonder if this is going to be a touchscreen. And if we look here, we have a bit of a folding antenna, and this one has a module in the back. That's a very interesting design. I actually don't know what this part is. I don't know what that's clicking into. I'll have to investigate. Someone's saying it looks like the Tango 2. I really love the Tango 2. Tango 2 was a great radio. It was one of my, there's another example. I flew that after I flew the, I've changed radios so many times because I like to fly what works for me at the time. Someone's saying touchscreen. I can't tell that. Let me just check. Yeah, I can't tell if that's a touchscreen here based on this image, which is the public available image. So I can't answer that question. Someone's saying, is that a charging base? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Do you fly Crossfire, Stu? I was flying Crossfire just the other day. Anyway, that's what I want to mention about this FlySky radio. I am stoked to have more competitors in the radio scene. I just have been working on a Hello Radio video. I was using motion controls. That was with the V16. I flew the Tango 2 last week with the, my head's probably in the way. You can see it just, where are we? Just here, above me in the background. That was the Chapito. I flew that around with the Tango 2. I like the Tango 2, but my protocol of choice is ELRS. My current radio that I use, I don't know. I have a special situation where I like the Radio Master Pocket. That probably would be my choice, but I snapped the front button off after about 6 years, or not 6 years, after like a lot of flights, however long I've had it, 3 years or something. The front little button, when I dropped it, just came off, so I have to turn it on by putting a little short. I have to short it, so that's annoying. And then the radio that I would probably like to fly would be either the TX15, the max version that I've got. I also like the GX12, but I fly probably the Boxer Crush a lot too. The reason that it's different for me is because I like my arming switch on the right, which is abnormal, apparently. Turns out I'm the weird one. And I also, when I am setting up my models, I take into account what Stickman Steve likes to fly. So that way, when I'm getting his review of things, like especially if it's a drone, he is familiar. He has a Boxer, so the shape and everything feels very similar. So he can focus on the difference that he has experienced with the drone. How is the drone performing? How is it feeling? What's it like in the air? More than, well, this radio is feeling a little bit peculiar. So I like to also choose the radio that is going to accurately allow for him to give the best review possible without some influence from a product that's not relating to the product that we're talking about. Let's see. Jeff is saying you had a huge smile flying the Chapito. I love that. That plane is so much fun. I don't know why. Okay, this is just normal drone stuff. Check this out. Let's go here. This video. I was a little bit disappointed when we talk about like videos not working and those sorts of things. I was a little bit disappointed in this one, to be honest, because where are we? This is Steve about to launch it into the sky. Look how stoked I am. And the part that I was probably a little bit upset about, like I'm having an absolute blast here. I loved this. I was really happy with this video. This is what can really frustrate me with YouTube is you can make a video that can get hundreds of thousands of views and you put in less work and it's of less quality than a video that you think this is going to be really important for people. This is going to change people's lives and they're going to have a great time with this. And then you get like 5K views. So if you haven't seen my Chapito video, go and do it. It's amazing. I don't know why YouTube didn't like it. I mean, maybe you guys didn't like it. If you have seen that video, please, give me some feedback. But for me, I like sharing really positive experiences of FPV, and this was like such a. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like so much fun flying this around. So yeah, definitely go check that out. If you haven't seen it, it's the one. It's the wing to get. It's awesome. Let's see. Michael is saying webs. I think we're talking about the PA01. That's what you guys are saying. Let me read some of those. Is this about the radio we were just talking about? The model is not part of FlySky's more advanced lineup setup like the FSI6 or Noble series. So it lacks telemetry, programmable mixes, or model memory. And Chris Croft says, check out the other image I just sent you on DIY FPV. Okay. Let me have a look here. Okay, this was also on May 27. Here we go. All right. Right here, the PA01. It looks like there is some LEDs right here. I'm very excited for that radio. But I have to say, I don't know how it performs. Because I haven't flown it. Let's see. All right, I'm looking at the time. Full color screen, says Chris Croft. If you would also like to send me a message, like that's what's great about DIY FPV. I know we talk about it all the time because it is my website, but you can send messages there. You can connect with other pilots there. You can find the cheapest price on a catalog there. You can have a look at secondhand goods there. You can share your flight videos there. And soon there's going to be like an interactive builder to show you how to wire things. It is the drone website that is going to change and give so much to this hobby. And it's all free. Like it doesn't cost anything. Like I don't know. It is built because we are passionate about FPV. I've been doing this for 10 years because I love FPV. And this site is kind of like a gift of like, this is why we do this. So we can give it back and be like, this is going to help so many people get flying. I'm very, very proud of the work we've done at DIY FPV. Trey is saying, yeah, why would you know how it performs? No reason at all. Yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to see. He's talking about some YouTube things there. FlySky is the AFHS protocol and ELRS. ELRS is the bomb. I like ELRS. Someone's saying, I couldn't really figure out how to do anything on DIY FPV, at least on the mobile side. Okay, on the top right-hand corner, there is like 3 dots. Just click on that and it's very different to have a website that stays exactly the same between mobile and the actual website, but like on computer. Let me just jump over here. There should be like a little 3 button up here. Just click on it and it's the same as these here. So we've basically just compressed these into a little menu box, and then discussions. That's about, what do we got here? 12 minutes ago, someone just posted their flight. Jeff posted a flight that he did yesterday. We've got someone talking about external modules and ID and that sort of stuff that was posted. And then you've got your catalog, which is where you click here. You can either type what you're looking for, or if you want to find a radio, I don't know, let's buy the GX12. Where can we get that from? Oh, look, here it is. Here's all the stores and the stock levels and the price. And this will just take you exactly to their website. Oh, brilliant. Doesn't that work easily? Yes. So you can go check some things out. We have, what do we got here? Why didn't that one correctly go through? That might be because I'm Australian. I'm going to take this link and have a look. Let's see. Let's go to incognito. Let's see. Does this share any of my internet settings or anything like that? my passwords. Let's make sure I'm not doxing myself. Where's incognito? New incognito window. Okay, check this out. Let's see. I wonder if there's like any VPN things, or if it knows that I'm coming from Australia. I'm gonna have to double check that one. Is it gonna be the same for some others? Like if I go to Phaser? No, Phaser's good. Right, that's a note to self-check out. Anyway, so you can check out all your products if you want to find out where they are. I don't know what's going on with 533. I will have to investigate that. And then we've got like marketplace. Maybe you want to sell some secondhand gear. We've got a builder, which we are still working on, like how to wire up your drones, and very, very clever. And then finally, just like a map system. So you can click on somewhere, send somebody a message and say, hey, let's go flying. And we have also built into the back end of that, like an actual messaging system. You can also make some backpacks. So there you go. Like I've put my stuff. Let's have a look at the best value digital kit. Great. And then I can share this, and you guys will have access to this feature soon. You can send this off to somebody and say, hey, is this good? What do you think of this part list? Brilliant. Done. Like it's really, really cool. So on mobile, you should be able to do everything. Just look for these: discussions, catalog, marketplace, builder, and map. There'll be like 3 little dots, or like, I don't know, a sideways. I don't know what you actually call that menu icon, but that is there to the right. You click on that, and then there's everything that you need. It's exactly the same as the rest of this. All the functionality is there. Okay. Someone's saying, I'll go back and check it out. I wanted to find pilots near me. I've known lots of pilots who have connected through DIY FPV. And I'm going to answer. If you have some questions, please throw them down. I'm looking at the time. And then I'm probably going to have to, I've got to take care of some other things as well, actually, today. It's a bit of a busy day. However, 2 things. Looks like drones over in Europe are getting, over in Denmark. It's not good news. Where are we? I'm getting A1 mini ads right now. That's kind of interesting. So it looks like over in Denmark there were some drones that were near a military base, which is already illegal. So you can't do that. Somebody's breaking the law. So then they made some new laws, which is basically, or for the next week, I think it's a week or so, you're not allowed to do any flying at all of any drone. So that's scary. That's not good news. And the wild part too is like just saying, hey, this person already broke the law. Why is it they're putting another law on? Why do you think that's going to stop any? It's not. So that's concerning. It's a concerning precedent that could be here. Nobody in the country. Let's see. Temporary closures of several Danish airports. Then they talk about like a hybrid attack and the Kremlin and all those sorts of things. Under the ban, civil drones are barred from Danish airspace from Monday through Friday of the following week. Okay. This is probably relevant that I didn't actually, this is shame on me. They are hosting, it looks like something like the EU leaders and stuff will be there. Makes a bit more of a difference. There's a little bit more. I jumped the gun on that one. So it's not just because one person was doing the wrong thing with it. There is a specific reason why they might want to have some extra security there. Still not great. People are still going to break the law anyway if they want to do something against the law. They're already doing something against it. So I don't know why just saying these regular people who do follow the law, why you need extra regulations. But anyway. Okay. Trey is saying, I can 100% vouch for Stu answering messages. He answered one of mine 2 hours ago on DIY FPV. Thanks very much, Trey. And I've seen those wing things. I saw a guy flying it over a beach. It was fast. Yeah, you only need 1 motor, 1 ESC. And other people talking about DIY FPV. And then finally, I'm going to answer this question here, which is, if I were to go long range, though, I would get a wing. Oh, hang on. It was. I thought it was about long range. I would like to get into long range. I would like to get a long range FPV drone. My recommendation is and this is why I like recommending this one too, because it gives people who love the hobby a great option, and it gives people who want to use it for the wrong reason a terrible option. And it's the same drone. I would recommend the Flywoo Explorer L4. I'm just gonna have to. This is my mum calling. Hey, mum, you're on speakerphone. Can I call you back in a little bit? I'm just doing a live stream.
Okay, lovey, I'm just leaving Grandma's now.
Okay, all right. Drive safe.
Bye, love.
Okay, bye, bye. My 90-year-old grandma is getting picked up, and they're driving here for lunch, which is one of the things I got to get ready for. Anyway, the Flywoo Explorer. Let me just show you that on the screen. I think it's called the LR4. I believe. I think it's Flywoo. LR4. Okay, this one. You can get a bunch of different versions. This drone right here, it's great. It's got GPS. You can set a whole bunch of things up. It's got really, really good flight times. You can have a lot of fun just exploring and going cruising. It's very efficient. And the beauty is, those people who ask for the wrong reason, this is not going to carry anything. This is like a very lightweight craft that has very inefficient lift capabilities. So anyone who's trying to put anything on this drone, it's not going to get very far. It's going to be completely useless for them. So if you're an FPV pilot that wants to have fun and fly long range for the joy of FPV, this is a great option. To all those other people who want to use it for something else, I'm not interested in helping you. Okay. We are probably someone saying nice lunch with mum is the best. Yeah, and with grandma as well. And Anton is saying, yes, got the Explorer L4, my first time fly. I got it entangled in blackberry bushes taller than me. That's a little bit scary, a little bit painful. Someone's saying, what? She did not sound that old. No, that was my mum ringing, who was picking up my grandma, and they are driving up here to visit for lunch. So yeah, my mum's old. My grandma is very old. But we won't let her know that. We won't say we said that. Alrighty. The last part too. This part's really important. So can you please listen to this? The most important part of this probably whole stream. And I probably should have made it clearer. This is so listen up. The most important part and the most important thing that I should have said in this stream, the most important thing is you. It's you listening to this right now. I know we've spoken like about drones for an hour, but it's true. Those drones mean nothing without you, and I'm just letting you know that you are valued, you are cared about, you are special, you are not alone, you are seen, you are heard, and I'm really grateful that you're part of this hobby. And if you're listening to this and you think, Stu can't be talking about me, he's just some random Aussie dude sitting on the other side of the planet, he has no idea. Like, you are mistaken. Your little ears listening to this, whether it be live or whether you just need this message and you're watching this video 10 days or a year from when I published it, I would like to let you know that care, this genuine feeling and hope for you to give you the life that you deserve is real. And I'm very grateful that you are here. And if you are one of the people that's struggling, I know what it's been like, and I don't want you to feel alone, and I don't want you to feel isolated. And FPV is a life-changing hobby, which is why I'm so passionate about it. And if you can reach out, you can send me a message on DIY FPV. Like if it's, I know what it's like. And if you don't want to talk to me, my biggest recommendation is if you are listening to this and you're like, Stu's kind of getting through, like I'm listening, Stu. What do you want to say? And the biggest thing is to not suffer by yourself, to reach out. And the thing that made a huge difference for me was going to get some professional help and talking to somebody and going to the doctor and talking about it. So that's That's what I'm putting out there. And I want to remove any stigma, any shame that, you know, if you are suffering from anything, from mental health, anxiety, depression, whatever it may be, you don't have to feel alone. And it is okay to not be at your best all the time. I know what it's like. You just, I really hope that that's just reaching one person to let them know to just one little step. Just go and talk to somebody, go and talk to a professional, and there is light at the end of that tunnel. And how do I know? Because I've been there. I've really been there. So yeah, and I'm in that light now. It is great. So yeah, that is out there. For anybody else who didn't need to hear that, I am really happy that your life is going great, and I'm just grateful and happy for you. And then if you are the person that's like, man, that kind of hits you. What's this random Aussie dude over in Australia doing? This might be just that. You never know when that little comment makes a huge difference on somebody's life. You guys are all absolutely amazing. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Remember, if you want to do some collabs as well, if you just need that little bit of a motivation, shoot me a message on DIY FPV. I did that at the start of this. If you want to go have a look at what I'm talking about, that should be there. Go and watch the Chapito video. I put a lot of work into it. Maybe YouTube didn't like my thumbnail, whatever it's going to be. And finally, if you are the person today that says, hey, Stu, thanks for everything you do. I love the DIY FPV website. I'm getting a lot out of it. And I would also like to help support the channel and watch some bonus videos. There is like a members only join button. It should be right below my hand here, like just there. Imagine where my fingers are going to. If you click on that, there is the option there to support with money, with dollars, to say, hey, Stu, I do want to help you. I'm going to go out of my way, and just click on that. It takes about 2 minutes to sign up. And then for a couple of dollars a month, not only do you get bonus videos, you get to help me continue to spread and share this message and grow FPV and reach more people. So thank you to the person that might decide today that's what they want to do. All right. You guys are incredible, and I'm going to go get ready for lunch with my mum and my grandma, and I will see you, as a friend of mine used to say, I'll see you in the morrow. All right. Catch you guys.